Okay, I'm gonna do a quick video about the moving your shoulders when you're doing a hook. Alright, and now I'm gonna show you how to do the hooks or even just a chin check without having to move your waist. So this is your swivel and your hips. There's this dude I seen, he puts like a pole around his neck and his arms around it, and he would stand like this just to get the back going, keeping it straight for the swivel, right? Everything's in your hips, you know. Oof. All right, everything, all that power comes from your hips or the bottom of your feet. So and there's several ways that you could do that. So you got a wide hook, and you could do close range. You can do close range as well. See if you guys can. I'm trying to stay in focus. So even right here, either uppercuts, you gotta kind of dig into it by coming up. So wide. And you can do close range. You gotta keep yourself tight enough right here. Now you got a chest plate, right? You got a bone right here, but also too right here, this here, you have bones that separate. You got a bone here, everything that goes up. You got your rib cage, but then you also have these bones that divide right here for the rib cage. So this right here, other than getting hit in your chest, because some boxers, when they get tired, they open up right here. But also, you can get them right here too. I don't think some will hit them in the diaphragm there, but in between the bone. So you can hit up on the side of the bones, which is the closer up here. Hit the side of the bone. That's a little difficult to do because you're coming up real small, real short. So that's that there, and I'll show you, instead of swiveling for your hips, it's just, I'm gonna do it from different angles. So I'm gonna do it from back here. So I'm not swinging, but it's kind of like I guess you could say like a jab, but usually jabs you move. Even this motion, you're reaching out, setting them up. But here, it's kind of like, you know, if someone gets close to you, you just push them without having to move, really. So right here, you're just kind of maybe like a hammer, you know. probably move just a tad, but you're not fully swiveling. Now, how I'm able to get that hard structure is I'm planting a lot of weight here and I'm shooting that up from the hip. You can feel when you move your arm, you know, when you're adjusting your body to the ground. So like right here, still getting a lot of power there. And I'm not really moving my hips, just now if I want to move my hips, you can really see that. Make it more efficient other than being flat, right? So if you're flat, now if you want to add more intensity to it, like I said, this is a necessity. This is necessary. If you ever watch Bruce Lee, you'll see him come up on his toes. Whoa! Right? Can't doubt that fool. That fool's a fucking legend. So, on your toes, you get what I'm saying? So that's that there. All that generating power. It makes sense because you have a balance to it with your weight, right? So if you had a ball on a string, right, that ball is going to swing certain ways to build momentum. So that's probably all that is balance and momentum and how you're shifting your weight, you know? Where you're applying that power because you're in the physical. So when you have a whole physicality, you got to learn how to think and move with your body. Same thing as dancing. Bruce Lee did dancing, right? Ballerina shit. All that has balance to it. Now if you add balance with fighting, this is what you get, you know? You get more precision. More power, more stance, more stamina, more accuracy. Still need some work, but that's what I learned over time. A lot of different techniques. Also, I can add in when you're running. A lot of people don't like to jog. A lot of people don't like to run. But I had a friend of mine that was teaching me techniques in running, because when you're running, you're feeling pressure from the ground. and it vibrates up. So when you're jogging, you start to breathe. Sometimes you have a lot of mucus here, especially if you're in an apartment or a house. You breathe in a lot of, there's a lot of pollen in the air from the rug and all that shit. You're in closed doors, you're gonna get a lot of toxicities. So when you're running out in the fresh air and you have to spit, shit's coming up out of your throat. It's your system cleaning itself out, which is your respiratory system. So that's like a filter here, spitting all that shit out. Poof, poof, poof. And then when you're running, like I said in the last video, you gotta practice on your toes. Now, being like this all the time, you're not used to it. So you're gonna, you're gonna fall a lot. I know that because I've tried that. So when you wanna go on your jogs, go on the soft sand, jog like this in your toes. I do it for about 2 miles, 2.5 miles. That's why I'm able to stand like this for long periods of time. You know? Without getting tired. Now, if you're in the ring, it's 3 minutes apiece. Now, if I'm running 2 miles like this for, I don't know, let's say 15, 20 minutes, I'm not gonna get tired and just drop like this. If I drop like this, it might be for a particular reason. Maybe I'm taking a break. Maybe I'm trying to figure something out. But the majority of the time, I could be up longer than any other individual like this. Then anybody would be flat, you know. So you can jog like that and strengthen your toes. Like I said, it's a necessity, it matters. Just as well as your arms, just as well as your hips, just as well as your shoulders, your back, how you move, dodge punches. If you don't work on your back and you dip like this a few times, you know, you're gonna go home like, because your back's all kinked. It's sore from not, you know, moving. You have to move your body. You have to keep it active. You have to keep it moving all the time, up and down, you know, fucking whatever. And that way, you never lose focus. You're always motivated. Now, if you start relaxing too much, just chilling, your body's not going to be as motivated. Like this morning, I wasn't that motivated. Once I started drinking water, started jump roping, started moving, now I'm active again to want to do some shit. But that's my advice to you guys. I hope you enjoyed that video. Trying to think of anything else I could show. I can't really think of anything. Maybe speed. Like I said, if you want to work on your stamina. But your speed also comes from this stamina here. So, you know, if you just tap it little by little, take your time with it, and over time, let's say, I don't know, let's just say a month, all right? Let's say a month. You can work your way up to that speed. It's not easy, it's just a bunch of frequent movement. There is people that can hit real hard like that, but it'll wear you out, but that's a good thing. You're building strength, you're building speed, you're building momentum. You can also put weights on your wrist and just kind of shadow box like this in the mirror, you know, doing this, doing a lot of these. I used to do a lot of these with the weights around my wrist for 3 minutes a piece. I think it's like 2 pounds or a certain amount, maybe a pound on each hand. you know, but still, even doing this with something solid, the force is gonna bounce a little bit back. You know, this moves just like people. You're gonna have some force, resistance, or whatever, agility coming back. So even just doing this, you got some bounce. You're gonna feel it. Trust me, you're gonna feel it. So anyways, that's the educational video for today. I hope you guys find it useful at some point. Because nobody else is gonna give you that shit for free. I tell you that much. And I ain't looking for no fucking clout either. Peace out, you guys.